guess we should get this show on the road, shall we? What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time watching. Well, this is everybody's first time watching a Tuesday post. We're gonna do our makeup today, but I am Zamora Love, a Chicago drag queen here who loves makeup and loves books. So what better way than combine the two? And here we are. We're gonna get into today's book and the look that is inspired by the cover. I'm not gonna go through like what I'm doing with the makeup. I'll be doing a review on the book. So anything that you want, it'll be in the description to see what I'm using, stuff like that. But today's book is You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by, okay, I might butcher this and I apologize ahead of time, but Akwaeke Emezi. I hope I killed it, because you killed this book. Let's get into it. You guys, if you have read this book, you already know it's top tier. If you have not read this book, baby, you might want to reconsider. It is a book that came out last year, but we're gonna get into it now. So let's dive in. All right, now before we get into this, I just want y'all to know that one, I'm not a professional makeup artist. I'm a drag queen. I wear a lot of makeup and I do things different than what may be the norm. But the end result is gonna give gorge and you're gonna love it. So buckle up, buckaroos, and let's start our very first makeup book review. Let's start. I don't even know where to begin. Okay. Eyebrows. This book, I guess maybe I should read the synopsis for you guys first. Do you want me to read the synopsis? I'm gonna read the synopsis. All right. Faye Adicola, probably butchered that as well, I'm so sorry, wants to learn how to be alive again. It's been 5 years since the accident that killed the love of her life, and she's almost a new person now. An artist with her own studio, sharing a brownstone apartment with her ride-or-die best friend, Joy, who insists it's time for Faye to ease back into the dating scene. Faye isn't ready for anything serious, but a steamy encounter at a rooftop party cascades into a whirlwind summer she could never have imagined. A luxury trip to a tropical island, decadent meals in a glamorous home of a celebrity chef, and a major curator who wants to launch her art career. She's even started dating the perfect guy, but their new relationship might be sabotaged before it has a chance by the overwhelming desire Faye feels every time she locks eyes with the one person who is most definitely off limits, his father. This new life she asked for just got a lot more complicated, and Faye must begin her search for real answers. Who is she ready to become? Can she release her past and honor her grief while still embracing her future? And of course, there's the biggest question of them all. How far is she willing to go for a second chance at love? Akwaeke Emezi's, so sorry if I butchered it, vivid and passionate writing takes us deep into a world of possibility and healing, and the constant bravery of choosing love against all odds. When I tell you this book was everything, I absolutely loved it. I laughed, I cried. There was a couple of things in the book where I was like, all right, this is like, I don't even feel like I'm reading a book. I feel like I'm literally listening in on a three-way call with me and some of my girlies, catching up on the tea from some craziness that happened. And you might see why. And if you read the book, then you already know why. And even if you're not a millennial, if you've just, you know, experienced life some, and you've gone through something and you're just trying to get back out there in love, especially going through something like losing someone, I completely see this being a book that you can relate to. It was really, really good. It was very well written. And I think that there were parts that really made you question choices and decisions that were made by Faye. But at the end of the day, you had to remember, she's just doing her best to be back out there, to be back on the scene. And you can't really fault her for that. But I definitely could see this being a great read for someone who is in their older 20s, lower 30s. This is our life. It's like literally pointed towards us. So definitely get into it. I didn't really know too much about this book going into it. Oh no, I'm running out. No. I didn't really know that much about this book going into it. One thing about me is majority of the books that I do read, I don't really know about them. Sometimes I do know something. Other times I'm just informed via a recommendation, Amazon saying, hey, you might like this. I might see a book talk or a booktuber who has recommended it. So that's pretty much how I figure out what books I'm going to read most of the time. And sometimes I'll know just like the slightest, like if that person went into detail. Oh, I'm so mad. My makeup tank is in the wash. And so I'm gonna ruin my cute little sidetrack shirt. It's all right, it's just powder. I swear, if you read this book, tell me I'm lying when I say it feels like you're just like kikiing with your best friends. Like you're reconnecting, you're catching up on what's the tea in their lives. It's, you laugh, you cry. Like the way that the characters are written. Also, don't judge how I look, trust the process. The way that the characters are written and the way that they develop, you grow such a bond and such a connection with them. And it's like, I really enjoy this. And then the rawness, because we have to remember when you go through something so tragic as the loss of a spouse, okay, that's gonna do some damage. It's not like it's not like a divorce took place. It's not like they were like, we don't want to be together anymore, let's go separate ways, the person's still alive. Like, no, this person is no longer here. They ceased to exist while you were in love with them. And so you can only imagine the hurt and the pain that Faye has gone through and the trauma that she's had to, the trauma that she's had to work to get over. And I think that it's very well displayed in this book. I think that there are some very wise ways of thinking. Because don't get me wrong, Faye is in her early 20s and she acts like she's in her early 20s. She makes some wild ass decisions. There were some things that she did in this book that I was just like, girl. But then at the same time, I had to realize, you know what? We're all just living our lives, taking it one day at a time, trying our best. And who am I to judge? Who am I to judge Faye for being out here living her best life and putting herself back out there, taking a risk, loving again when the world tells her not to? It was really good. And it made me check myself. And then I was like, okay, maybe I should get back out there. I don't know. I just really appreciated that aspect of the way that it was relayed. I also thought that it was absolutely hilarious. Like, when I tell you, I felt like I was keying with the girls. I felt like I was keying with the girls, especially because of Joy. Joy was absolutely hilarious. Joy is Faye's best friend, and her role... When I say that maybe I like this book so much because I saw it so relatable, I felt like Joy... Ooh, wait, not me trying to rush along the process and not even fully blended. All right. I felt like Joy was me and I was Joy. And Faye is another one of my dear close friends who lives life a little bit more on the adventurous side. But I also could relate to Faye because I have had loss, a very traumatic loss. So it's like, you know, books that you can relate to are so much better, so much more fun, so much just... And I really could relate to Joy. And I could relate to the character that she played. And I felt like, you know, it's one thing when an author can create a really strong written main character. It's a whole nother thing when you can develop a strong main character, a strong supporting character, a strong, you know, cast. And I feel like that definitely was done in this book. I went way too low on that contour. Way too low, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work. But, like I was saying, sorry, I got a little distracted. I felt like it was like me and my friend's relationship, just put on blast for everyone to see. And we were just like, on a call, catching up, things like that. It really made me just like go back to a time when, oh no, I need some more powder. It made me go back to a time when my friends, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still hoes. I was gonna say, but I feel like my friend was a lot more wilder back then. The one that I'm talking about specifically that I feel like would relate to Joy more in the book. And it took me back to our college days. And like catching up, who's like, you know, messing with who, what's going on with the tea. It made me feel very much like that. Even though this is not like a college book, it's not a college kid book, they're not in college. It just made me feel like, you know, listening to the story of that one friend who has a sugar daddy or has something happen that is just like out of this world, and you're able to travel and do like all these crazy things. It made me think of like conversations with those friends. I'm like, bitch, you better be out here living your best life. And I really feel like that's what Faye was doing. And it was kind of, I'm not even gonna lie, it was kind of upsetting at times. Because half the time I wanted to tell Faye, chill out, girl. You are doing the most. But at the same time, she was living her best life. She said, you know what? I've already seen firsthand that life is just too short. And I had to appreciate that. So, oh no. She got up and she grabbed life by the paws. And she said, no, we're living on my terms, the way that I want to do things. And you know what? I also very much so appreciated that too. Oh, damn. I forgot to put my blush on. Anyway. Also, the way that this book starts off, like, let me know how y'all feel about, like, first chapter spoilers, because I definitely want to get into the first chapter of this book, because baby, when I tell you it started off hot and ready to go, I said, oh, so this is how we're doing things. All right. Oh, wait. I gotta do my eyebrows. I gotta focus. Don't talk to me for a second. Hold on. One thing that y'all will learn is that I can't do eyebrows. And so when it comes to putting them on there, I need all of the focus I can get. The brows are gonna be what they're gonna be, baby. I am not a makeup artist. I'm a drag queen. This is drag makeup. Oh my God, I forgot to powder my nose. Anyway, back into the review. I will say this book was so well written that I really don't think there's anything I would change. Like, I very much so just loved it how it was. The story was told very well. I knew exactly what it was giving. Yeah, it's so well written that there's really nothing I would improve on. I think that it was realistic when it came time for like certain things. I don't think that every decision that was made was something that I rooted for or agreed with. But like I said, there came a point in time where I just had to realize that Faye is living Faye's best life. And Faye's gonna do what Faye wants to do. And Faye has already had her heart taken from her. So what's the worst thing that could happen? And I had to realize that, you know what? That's why certain people should just leave certain people alone. Because no shade, let's be real. When you've been through something like that, you can relate on a whole nother level than what people who don't even know what that feeling is like. What people who will never experience that probably, or maybe they will, just no time soon. And for her to experience that at such a young age with someone who was the love of her life, it's tough. Wait, is this coming off as green? I hope this is coming off as green, because it's supposed to be green. But as I'm looking at it on the camera, like, hold on, let me change is it giving green? I don't know. I hope it's giving green. I'm gonna have to go in there with another palette. People have to realize that sometimes it's not meant to be with somebody that you want to be with, because you haven't lived life like they have. And sometimes people really need to be with people who have lived a life not exactly like theirs, but something that is relatable. It's something that you can understand, so that way you can get a better understanding of that person. And at the end of the day, especially when it comes to love, a lot of people just want to be understood. A lot of people want somebody that gets them. And so I guess that's why the whole dating process is so crazy, because one minute you can be with someone and you think everything's Gucci, and then they find somebody else that they're like, oh, I relate to this person more. And you heard it in the synopsis. It's messy. I definitely was like, ooh, oh yeah, no, this is not gonna work. Cause that's, girl, what's going on here? What is actually going on here today? No, ma'am. That's a little disappointing. I didn't see that coming. Okay. Hold, please. Okay, I guess this is a little bit better. I just had to understand that Faye knows what she wants. and I had to grow an appreciation for her. Because there's a difference between knowing what you want and really knowing what you want. And Faye really knew what she wanted at this point in life. She wanted to get back out there. She wanted to give it a try, and she knew what she was going to take, and she knew what she wasn't going to put up with. And that, my friend, is admirable. Is that giving y'all green, girl? You'll let me know. I will say, though, like I said earlier, the writing style that this book was written in was so good. It made it very, very relatable. And I loved how raw it got. Like, you could tell there was no holding back, and I can really appreciate when a book really just goes there. If you're gonna give me that emotion fully, and apologize for it later. Like, don't be holding back on me now. You better give it to me like I like it. And I really appreciated that. Circling back to Joy, though. Because, baby, if you read this book, you know that really and truly, yes, Faye is the star, but, bitch, Joy is the star. Joy is the best friend who is the comic relief. But to me, she's also the one who had the most relatable, story. Like, oh, I'm scared. I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, that's definitely gonna mess it up. Oh, but it might work well on camera. Let's see. It's a little liquid glitter that is given a little bit more copper than orange. I'm not a real big fan of that right now in the moment, so let's see what happens when we... blend it out some into the orange. Okay, it did a thing I like. Don't play with her. She's not to be played with today. Okay? She came to do makeup today. You came to stamp a face real quick. We ain't come to play. You know, I probably should have put some clown white down on the lid first, because I still don't appreciate how it's giving yellowish instead of orange. And and I wanted to give me orange. I also just feel like Joy deserves the world, okay? And it's relatable. Her dating life. Always being with someone who just isn't fully available to you. Let's put it that way. And, you know, I feel like people who are in or have been in those situations in life just deserve the world. They do. I will say though, I just want to read, because I think everybody deserves a little sample. Yeah, I think everybody deserves a little sample. So I would just like to randomly flip to a page in the book and, you know, read a paragraph. So let's go. Let's go right there. Page 43. Right. Whatever. My point is, it feels like it leads up to a foundation for something. Something real. And I'm not ready for that. I don't want that shit. Okay? I'm glad that was a good excerpt, because I didn't know what the hell we were about to get. We got a book that completely captivates you. A book that just really makes you think. Okay. Oh, no, it's not. I gotta do my little corner. Hold on. Okay, you see how much the difference the corner does? Always do your corner, children. It's alright, it's okay, it's okay, it's alright. It's alright, it's okay. It's okay, it's alright. Also, this is definitely a book that people who are a little bit more sensitive and more in tune with self will relate to better. People who have a little bit less emotional wherewithal, I think that's the way that I want to put that. I think it'll be a little bit harder for them to not only get it, but just appreciate it for what it's worth and what it's supposed to give. Because this book gives exactly what it needs to give. Okay. Snatch that nose up real quick. You just gotta be open to get it. Okay, I can only give you, are you gonna take it? Exactly, so I think that this book will work best for people with a pretty good emotional. Actually, I want to go back, sorry, because I just saw something, I didn't like it. Oh, but then that's gonna, well, we're doing it. Maybe it did nothing at all. But I feel like it did everything. I would say though, if I was gonna give any characters some advice, it would be to Joy. And it would be Joy. You don't have to play second best, sweetie. You are the boom boom gun. Know that. Her having Faye as a friend, I can see the balance. And I can appreciate the balance in their friendship. yeah, I can appreciate the balance in their friendship a lot. And I think that a well-rounded friendship is one with different viewpoints. So I do like the fact that where Faye is more restrained, Joy will push her, and where Joy is more restrained, Faye will push her. It's a really good, you know, and it makes my Libranisms just happy. The best and most satisfying part, I guess you could say, of the book, without giving away too much, because you know we're not doing spoilers on a Tuesday. No spoilers on a Tuesday. Merch. I do think that my favorite part of the book was when they just got to the point of fuck it, okay? And if you've read the book, you probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's my favorite part, because that's when they really just lived in their truth, and they really just got to say, you know, no matter what, the world is going to have opinions. People are going to think something of you. And at the end of the day, fuck them. Live your life, do what you want to do, have, you know, the life that you want to have. Also, there was a little bisexualness in the book. Loved the representation. And bitch, even if it wasn't necessarily bisexualness, there was the freedom of exploration. And I love that. So, if you learned anything from this, living your truth. That's really the vibe that I was getting, and I really enjoyed it. Don't sit here and say what you don't mean. Live in your truth, and don't be scared to go for what you want. And don't settle for what you don't want. And if you think that something is good and is going well, and then it's not working for you anymore, that's also fine. It's all a part of life. It's all stages, and it's all how we develop and grow into better people. It's my life, and I'm gonna live it the way I want to. So I guess the big question, how do I feel about the ending? Honestly, I enjoyed it, and I'm not just saying that. I don't feel like it was some big, huge, you know, groundbreaking thing, but I did feel good about the book. I enjoyed it a lot. I felt like, you know, it took me a while to get to the point of accepting what the book was giving, but that took me maturing a little bit while reading the book and understanding what exactly was happening, what people were going through. And just, I don't know. It's hard to say, but I do know that this is a very good book, and the story that is told amazingly. It's written in such an easy and carefree way. I honestly think that it only took me a day, maybe a day and a half. I can't remember. I read it this year, but I read it earlier in the year. I'm over here thinking that I was missing a piece of my mascara, bitch. Oh no, that is my mascara line. What the hell is on my lash? Now I have residual glue on my lash, girl. I promise I washed my face, y'all. That's a mess. I don't think I have any red lip liner, and I'm kind of mad about it. Well, the one that I have, I don't think it's gonna work. First of all, the top has been off of it forever, and it's dried out. So I gotta get a new one. Oh, it kind of worked. No, it didn't. Still was able to make it shake. Okay, it's coming. She's coming together, honey. She's coming together. I forgot to put some highlight on my nose. So yes, all in all, a very good book. I was satisfied reading it. I was satisfied with the closing of it. And I don't know. It's right there. I was gonna say, I don't know where my lash glue is. And I believe I gave the book a 5-star. Oh no, I did. What you're not gonna do is judge me. Because what I am about to do is sit here and reuse these lashes. Sometimes you gotta take a little bit of the little leftover glue off. But sometimes that leftover glue be coming through. Shout out to Jackie, I know. I learned how to put my lashes on via watching her tutorials. Take a mirror, lay it flat, and you look right up in it, and you just set that lash right there. And when I say that, it made life so much easier. Voila, lashes are on. Oh, I did put them on backwards. Well, not backwards, but the wrong ones. This one's supposed to be over there. But, oh well, it still works. The face is on, honey. The face is dolled. Let me go change into a little 1-2. It's not about to be something crazy. Don't be expected to see high glamour on this. It is YouTube, honey, okay? Let me just go change it to something really quickly, and then we will wrap this video up. Voila. Baby, we are done. We have gotten our first look out of the way, and it was to this phenomenal book, You Made a Fool Out of Death with Your Beauty by okay, I feel so bad butchering the name. Akwaeke Emezi. Much respect. Let's get into it. So, the orange was supposed to give orange from the cover, but it's not. So we're gonna say the gold, because that's what it's giving now. It's giving the braids. You know, I did my gold braids like hers. We got the red lip for the red flower. The green is for the plants. And yeah, I just feel like this was an amazing book. You should definitely get into it if you have not gotten into it. Like I said, I know it's an older book. The book came out in like last year in 2022. But baby, I just got to it this year. And I said, you know what? Let's do our makeup look to a book that has a great colored scheme, some great colors that I could have used, a good message, which I think overall, without spoiling too much of the book's message is about putting yourself first, loving yourself, and really living life on a fuck it mentality. If that's what I could say, that's what I could say. And it's a really good book that you should read, and I highly recommend it. It's a 5-star for me. So, check it out when you get the chance. If you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did, please make sure that you like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you've read this book. Let me know if you haven't read the book, but it's a book you've wanted to read. Let me know if there's any book suggestions that you want me to do a makeup look off of or do anything like that. Just let me know. And I definitely, appreciate you guys. And I'm glad that you're here to watch. And it's Taco Tuesday, so go get you a taco for lunch today. You're welcome. Also, keep in mind, I'll be posting Thursday what happened in the book. Full spoilers, full tea. We're gonna do a quick little rundown. And, I thought, what's the best way to be able to talk about the book without doing too much? Just create 2 separate videos. So Tuesdays, no spoilers. Thursdays, get your popcorns ready, honey, because we're getting into the day. All right, so I am going to let you guys go be great. And also keep in mind, because this is our first week, we're gonna have 2 videos. So today's makeup look, you got this for the first look, and then you got another look coming too. So either that one will be first or this one will be first. I don't know. Either way, the other one will be right here for you to click. So go ahead, click it. I'll see y'all in the next video. And don't forget, don't just read people. Read a book, bitch. Ew. Bye, y'all.